What's up, Malachi? How you doing?
I'm all good. How are you?
I'm good. Good. So let me introduce myself. My name is Frederick Rose. I'm the Development Administrative Assistant at BVM.
Okay.
Black Voters Matter, and I do my work consists of administrative work and database work. So yeah, that's pretty much about me. So tell me a little bit about yourself.
I obviously, my name is Malachi Atkinson. I'm a developer, but also call myself a visual experience designer. I do that full time, in my own personal endeavors, but also work at a digital agency called One SEO. But on the side, I love being a creative person in any type of way. I love creating music. I love creating web design, graphic design has been my specialty. And I just honestly just love all the also, publicly and helping other people with, their ideas and bringing it to light in ways that they never seen before as well. So that's pretty much like just what I like to do and what I'm into.
Okay, that sounds great. That's great that you have a creative mind and a person that sees visions and can put them together. That's awesome. I just wanted to start off by asking you a few questions. The first question I wanted to ask you is, where does your spirit of service come from?
So really my spirit of service comes from quite a few places. So, when I was growing up, my father always, instilled in me, just being aware of your history, right? And so I've always been aware of my history as a black person and American history, all that kind of stuff as well. And then so one thing about my own personality is that everything that I learn, I try to teach to the other people around me that are close. So that kind of just eventually grew and grew into the point where, I like doing acts of service is a way of showing my appreciation for other people. And hopefully, they can also show their appreciation for me in that kind of way as well. So I like to do volunteer stuff. That's where the creative services segment where I do web design for people, where I do design work and stuff like that for other people as well comes from, because like I feel like if I have all this knowledge, I feel like it's meant for me to share it. So that's kind of where it comes in for me. And I just like really just seeing other people's ideas come to life.
Yeah, that's great that your dad and still being able to share knowledge and being aware of your history, and so you can be knowledgeable about what's going on in the world. That's great. Um, and so second question I wanted to ask you is, what is your favorite volunteer experience you had?
Yeah, so I actually have a couple. So my first volunteer experience was when I did for breast cancer awareness. I did, the 2K walk, so that was really fun. I did that over at in Bethlehem, the Still Gardens in Bethlehem, so that was great. But my favorite actually came from actually the part of doing this with Black Voters Matter. So the first was the postcard party. Shout out to Matilda for that. And being a part of that and like really just put it into my words why other people should, you know, why Black Voters Matter is something that's so important. And so what actually came from that is I actually gotta share this video out, but I posted on my Instagram a video where I took one of the quotes I wrote for the postcards and made it into an actual video. I went onto the rooftop garage near my apartment, then recorded a video with my Black Voters Matter gear on, and then posted on my Instagram, just showing off that what I find important about Black Voters Matter, why I feel like people should vote. And I did that around the time of the primaries for the elections, and it got a lot of people amped up. A lot of people were excited. I just got a great reception from that video. And then my recent experience also doing a logo for FIBO Vintage Rare Incorporated. It was a recent one. And so it was pretty great, being able to apply some of my services, my expertise, and my knowledge to someone that's trying to do this and help their own community. So I'm meeting, her name is Arvania. She's been amazing. She's a great woman. She's doing a lot for her community. She always has some blessings to share. So speaking to her kind of brings some light to my day each time. So that's what I love as well.
Okay, yeah, that sounds amazing. Um, and the last question, I mean, not the last, well, for this segment, one of the last questions I wanted to ask you was, um, provide some advice on those who want to do more in the community but don't know how.
Um,
What tips could you give them?
Yeah, so I have a lot of friends that suffer from this. They're like, oh, I want to do this and that, but I don't know how. Well, it's really just first of all, just put yourself out there. Like, so you could do stuff for community by, starting small. Like if you got Instagram, you got Facebook, share some of the resources, that's one act, right? If you have a friend or family that wants to get into something, be like an advocate for them. They have a LinkedIn and endorse their skills, right? So you can start small. But if you really want to get out there, that's when I say, look into like stuff that you're really into. What do you believe in? And then if you find what you believe in, you look up organizations, go online, go on like in Philadelphia, we have the Philadelphia.com that has all the attractions, all the events. Go on stuff like Eventbrite that have all these kinds of things that's happening, and just put yourself out there and just don't be afraid, because what you're gonna realize is that if you believe in something, there's always gonna be a group out there that believes in the same thing. And then once you find that core niche group that you're with, you're gonna feel like so ecstatic about life, and you're really just gonna want to put yourself out there. And so I say don't be afraid, and always be ready for new opportunities you're gonna be blessed with, and just stay positive, man. That's what I love to see. And so that's what I have to offer.
Hey, that was great words of advice for people. That was well said. Um, okay, this is where the fun questions come in.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So my first one was, okay, if you can reenact as a if you can reenact as any person in the movie, who would it be?
Oh man, reenact this any person. That's a great one. Um, I don't know why it's saying this is what's hit this first one that came to my mind, but for me, it's Creed only because I started back on boxing again, and I don't know. It just gets me motivated. Michael B. Jordan, I love him, man. Like I've been like hitting the gym, like trying to think of him in my head when I'm doing my boxing. So probably will be Creed. I just love the whole storyline of you really just trying to make something out of yourself. And then what about the thing about life is that people are gonna either take you for granted or not, or not take you seriously, right? So it's like your results is what matters, yo. So always like put yourself first, always believe in yourself. But also I love the fact that he has a dynamic of his girl by his side that really supports him. And I really love the fact that it's a strong black couple with no negative stereotypes and all that kind of stuff as well. So that's what I like. So maybe that's the character I want. Maybe it's a phase right now, but either way, I love it. So, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's a great answer, man. And the last one I wanted to ask, since you are in the creative field, one former activist, if it was one former activist that could have a social media platform, who would you want to see?
I would say, growing up, I always did love Malcolm X personally. So
Okay.
I love the way he spoke, and I love the ideas and the messages that he spread at the time. So I would say I would definitely go for Malcolm X. I feel like in today's climate, he'll probably have a lot to say about how things are going. And I do think he have a crazy message because he's the same way, he's unapologetic, right? And so that's the one I would go for. So personally,
Okay, man. Thank you for coming out and spending some time with BVM and our team, and just continuing to do the great work you do. You gave us great answers and feedback, and we really appreciate you.
for sure. All right, thank you guys for having me. It was amazing. All right.